I came to Newbold when I was about 6 years old. I have very, very strong memories, very powerful, they come back very strongly. I do remember cradle roll, and that was amazing. There was always lovely resources, I always remember lovely stories, artefacts, and especially those felt pictures and that they used to use and to illustrate their stories on a felt board. I absolutely loved hearing those stories. That's very vivid memories.
I was born into a family who attended Maidenhead Seventh-day Adventist Church, and as a baby I started my life at Maidenhead Seventh-day Adventist Church. I remember fondly the Sabbath school lessons. I had dynamic teachers who always did exciting craft activities with me with memory verses written on them. I still have the scrapbooks where I've stored all of those and fondly look back on them and remember the verses that I learnt as a child, which even now I remember those specific verses because they were taught me so well. When I was 7 years old, we moved house and I had the opportunity to go to Newbold School. Again, it was a lovely place to be, a lot of love shown, wonderful teachers who just instilled this whole respect for each other, care for each other. We were a community, we were a big family in a small school. It was a wonderful feeling.
And then as I grew up to Newbold, I think my next very big memories are of youth club, as it was then. There was a group of about 11 or 12 of us, and we had various youth leaders who would come and go and look after us. We were quite a rowdy bunch. So we used to go on lots of trips, visit other churches, and really good fun. Lots of exciting times, late night feasts, and you know, it was really good fun. Got up to all sorts of tricks sometimes and played lots of tricks on our leaders. But it was ever such good fun, really good fun.
When I was older, 20 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer. I spent a year on chemo and radiotherapy, and what came out of that more than anything else was my dependence on God, my need for answers, and where else could I find answers. I went through some challenging times. I asked lots of questions. I think anybody who's been ill or through a difficult time will ask, why me? What's going to happen? And also the fear associated with it. But I remember fondly Pastor Errol Blackburn reading to me Psalm 121, and even now it offers so much hope to me when times are tough.
So I drifted away from the church, and I know how easy it is for that to happen with all the wonderful children that we've got here at the moment, and it's very easy to just drift off and go and follow something else. But I do know, and I really feel this strongly, that I did come back to Newbold, where I suppose my roots were, and where I grew up, and I shared all these good things, this love and this family environment, and I came back, and this is where I want to be now.
I appreciate so much what the church did for me as a child that I would just love to share that with my children. And also other people's children too. I had a wonderful spell teaching at Newbold School, and just enjoyed being a part of what I grew up with as a child and seeing what's changed, what's moved on, what's still the same, but ultimately there's still that love and care for the children within the school, and I hope I was able to share a part of that as well. Now I thoroughly enjoy helping out with the toddler group on a Friday morning. It's the most rewarding experience to see the majority of attendees being non-Adventists bringing their children into the church building and still participating in a warm environment, making friends and feeling the warmth of the church around them. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity.
So now I teach at Newbold School, and I have the most amazing group of children, and I'm very lucky to have a very small class of beautiful, loving, funny children that make me laugh every day and bring a smile to my face. And it's really important to have and to show what I received at Newbold, and to give them that solid, that foundation of that family feeling, that feeling of love, and that we care what happens to each other, we care about each other.
I'm extremely grateful for all the teachers, the Sabbath school teachers, and the church did for me as a child, and I am extremely grateful now to the Sabbath school teachers here at Newbold who work with my children. They come home loving their time at Sabbath school, they're mixing with other children. I'm also glad to see that the Pathfinder Club has started up again. I'm glad we've got a toddler group here, the school is still going strong. All these things are so important, because if it wasn't for that start that I had, I wouldn't be in the church today. It's the love, the support, the care that was shown to me from all of these places that have helped me stay in the church and realise that there's so much that can be given and got from worshipping together.
So I would not be here today if it wasn't for the love, the family environment, the financial investment, all those things that I received as a child, and has made me what I am today. And it needs to continue for the future generations. I strongly believe that. Universe,